and see if that's going to be any better there. Let's have a look. Can't hear on Periscope. Is that better, Marty? Can you hear me now? Or is all our tech working? Can you hear me now? Marty, let me know if I've managed to fix that and sort that issue out. Good morning, everyone who is hopping on. Dylan, thank you for tuning in. TikTok, no, I am not a teacher. My name is Annette Ferguson. I am a chartered accountant, certified profit first professional. I'm CEO of Annette & Co, UK-based accounting firm, and I'm a financial strategist. And I help business owners take home more money from their business for them and their families to enjoy. Looks like, good. It looks like we've got sound this morning now working through to all our platforms. Good morning, Sam on YouTube. Thank you for joining me. Marty, I'm glad that's all right now and that's all working for you. Lucas, thank you for joining me. Izzy, thank you for joining me. Izzy's wondering how she does division in year 4. Probably best to ask your maths teacher on that one, Izzy, rather than me. But thank you for joining me. No, I'm not Irish, I'm Scottish. So thank you for tuning in. Let's see, where are we? No, I am not a doctor. I am a chartered accountant. I'm not speaking about anything medical at all today. I am indeed speaking about actually creating your dream life from your business. That is what I am talking about today. This is AMs with Annette, and today is Wealth Wednesday. So today I am speaking about basically using your business to help create your dream life. Jess, hello, thank you for tuning in. Good morning. Tim, the questions that people ask on TikTok are hilarious. Yeah, you're absolutely right with that comment. Some of them are just crazily hilarious. With that, you've hit the nail on the head there. Kiara, thank you for joining me. Alexander, thank you for tuning in. Rambom Man, thank you for joining me. Jack, thank you for tuning in. Everyone, thank you for hopping on today. As I said, today is my AMs with Annette session. We are speaking today all about creating the dream life from your business. This is Wealth Wednesdays, so do give me a hello if you are tuning in. I massively appreciate all the love, the shares, the hearts, the likes, the thumbs up, all those things on whichever platform you are on and whatever the terminology is where you are. Thank you so much for all of those. I do massively appreciate it. We are, of course, currently live on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, and of course inside the Uncover Wealth community, my private and free community on Facebook for business owners and entrepreneurs. So if you're not in there as well, I highly recommend that you hop there once this session is finished. Search Uncover Wealth Community into the search bar in Facebook and you can find the group that way as well. So thank you for tuning in and thank you for joining me today. So today I want to speak about creating your dream life from your business, and I have a few notes as well that I'm going to be referring to as we go along in this session too, to make sure that I cover everything off for you today, because the thing is that we need to make a strategic decision in our business to make our business work around the life that we want to live. If we don't end up doing that, we can very much end up with a business that is not our idea of fun, that is not the idea of the life that we want to live, and goes against a lot of our values and what we believe and what we want to achieve. This I've seen happen many times over, even with 7, 8, and 9-figure business owners, where one day they've suddenly gone, hang on, this is not the life I wanted. This is not what I wanted my life to look like. And they end up having to burn the whole thing down and start again in order to actually design the business so that it supports their life and the life that they want to live, and not the other way around. So I want to start by kind of saying that we need to get strategic with our business. And whether you're at the very beginning and you've just started a business, or you're a number of years in and you're thinking, this is not necessarily the path I want to go down, then I'm going to be covering off some stuff for you in today's session. So the first thing that I want you to do is to ask yourself, to feel financially free would mean what? Spend some time, write it down. What would it mean to be financially free for you? And the second question that I want you to ask yourself is, to experience true entrepreneurial or lifestyle freedom, it would mean what? And setting aside some time to answer those questions is going to be really important. Now, of course, you can go back and watch the replay of this session as well. You can hit pause and answer those. If you're on TikTok, you can hop over to YouTube to do that, to catch the replay. And you can pause this session and you can answer those questions and really think about what that actually means for you. So also, when you're thinking about these questions, you want to say, okay, how many hours a day do you want to work when your business is either fully up and running, if you're in startup mode, or currently, if you are currently in the middle of running a business? How many hours a day do you actually want to work? And right now, how many hours do you have dedicated to running your business, to doing the work that you want to do? Because the thing is that we need to be able to design our business model so it supports the life that we're trying to create. And making sure that you're really clear on things like whether or not you want to travel or work from home, have an office, need to meet with clients face to face, work on site, work virtually. All those things is really important in understanding how you actually structure your business as well at the same time. Yes, absolutely, Sam. Any questions that you want to ask, feel free to do those in the comments and I will come and answer those as well. If you want to ask a profit first question, Sam, that's no problem at all. I will probably go through the content that I want to cover first and then take questions later on. But yeah, absolutely, you can absolutely ask a question, no problem at all. So this means, for example, that you want to work out and determine sort of how many hours a week you want to work, how many people you want to serve, and therefore how much you need to charge to achieve that level of income. So you want to be thinking of all of this when you're thinking about the answers to these questions as well. And the thing is that when we start looking at, okay, how are we going to structure our week, we can also start to understand that what that means is that we also need time not only for delivery, for example, to our clients, but we also need time for sales and marketing and finances and managing our team and all those other things. So when you're thinking about that and how you want it to be structured, you may only have, say, 10 hours a week to actually dedicate to client delivery, and that needs to be factored in when you're thinking about creating your dream life and what that looks like and the finances that you need to support that as well. This is live. Yes, we are currently live on TikTok, Instagram, Periscope, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course inside the Uncover Wealth community, my private community on Facebook as well. So thank you everyone who's tuning in. Thank you everyone who is joining me. This is AMs with Annette. This is Wealth Wednesdays, and we are speaking about using your business to create your dream life. That is what I am teaching on today. So the thing is that ideally in our businesses, we really want to be charging in the kind of 75th quartile for what we do, so that we can have fewer clients, serve them at a high level, and achieve our income goal. That's by far the best way to start thinking about structuring your business. For example, do you want to sell 1,000 rather of something at £100, or 100 of something at £1,000? So it makes sense to, particularly at the beginning, if you have a small audience, to want to sell 100 units at £1,000, because the thing is, audience building takes time. And at the beginning of a business, or if you have a small audience, the strategy is to sell higher price to fewer people. And yes, of course, making sure the value aligns to that higher price. Yes, of course, making sure that everything stacks up with the value you're providing and the results you're providing for people. But doing that is much, much easier when you have a smaller audience. It's much easier to sell to 100 people than it is to sell to 1,000. So thinking about that when you're thinking about this dream life, you're thinking about building up to those income goals that you have in the business as a result of your planning for your dream life as well. So you have to map out your hours really strictly here. And set aside specific times for sales and marketing and delivery. How long are you spending on each, so that you can have a plan whether you can realistically achieve the goals that you have, whether you can realistically achieve those income goals, and based on the number of people that you can serve in a week, based on the time that you have available to do that. So thinking, how many days do you want to work a week? And when does your workday start? When does it end? What do you spend your time on? How much monthly savings do you want to start accumulating? Do you want to be donating to charity or projects or anything like that? Do you want to be investing regularly? If so, to when? How often? How much? Getting really clear on these things is going to help you build a financially healthy business and have one that supports your life and not the other way around. Because once you know these numbers, you can start saying, okay, well, that means my business needs to look like this. And you can actually have that planned out. Now, when you're thinking about, okay, with all these things in place, this is what my take home will be. If I need my monthly savings to be this, then I'm donating to charity with this, and I'm investing here, and I need, this in our lives to live. Then once you've got those numbers, you pretty much want to double it, at least, to get what your revenue target will be, because you've got to take taxes into account as well. So you need to more than double it to get your turnover target, to get your revenue target. And you can start then working out, okay, what does that mean from the revenue streams I have available? What does that mean from the way that my business looks now? So what you then want to do is you want to then start looking at the revenue streams you have in your business and saying, okay, from the revenue streams I have, what does that actually mean in terms of the revenue that's needed to be generated from each of those revenue streams I have in my business? And actually starting to map that out. Because once you understand that, you start to understand whether you need to launch or be in evergreen mode or whatever that is. And again, remember, what do you want to do in your dream life? Do you want to be in launch mode every quarter or not? And making sure those align, your revenue streams and the revenue that you need and the methods that you want to do that need to align with your dream life as well. So we need to keep that in mind too. So once you've got that and you've listed out your revenue streams, oh, I've got a really itchy nose, and you've listed out the revenue you need from each revenue stream, oh my goodness, I'm going to just scratch my nose, sorry. Oh, I think that means, is that not mean you're going to come into money or something like that? I hope it does, that would be good. So once you've listed out those revenue streams and the revenue that you therefore need in order to, as we said, support the life you want to live, to support that take home, you need to start thinking about how you actually, as I say, launch, market and sell these things, and if that's in alignment with what you want as well. And then we need to say, okay, so what team would we need to support this? What does that look like for us going forward? What do we need to put in place so that we can get that first revenue stream working really well? I want you to think about each stream of revenue that you have in your business, if you have multiple streams, individually, and attacking them one at a time. So revenue stream number one, what do I want to do in terms of promo launches, etc.? Do I want to be, as I said, launching every quarter or not? Is that something that is going to align with me or not? If you don't want to be getting on a call every week with people, do you want to sell through consult calls? Making sure that you're really clear on actually what that looks like. Because if you're the only person in the business that can sell and you want to take August off, that means no sales in August. So getting really clear on what that looks like, and therefore what the mechanisms of selling need to be and how you can make that work in your business is going to be really important. Maybe you get a salesperson in. Maybe they do the selling. Maybe you change up how you do that. But getting clear on that is so, so important, because otherwise you just end up in this situation where you kind of defaulted into a method of selling, into a method of revenue generation that is just not in alignment with you and what you want. So making sure that that's the way as well. So looking at each revenue stream individually and saying, okay, what do I need to get in place so that this one works for me? And whether that's team or tech or a different way of launching or a different system altogether, or whether or not you actually go, you know what? I hate delivering this stream. I'm going to get rid of it. I don't enjoy it. That's also completely okay. But getting those things and understanding those things for the first revenue stream, then doing the same assessment for the next and the next, depending on how many revenue streams you have in your business, is a great, great use of your time as well. And be creative. Think about how you can expand your bandwidth right away. Think about how you can get things moving fast in your business, and you can get these things in place, and you can move to a place where you are living your dream life. And your dream life might look different from a dream life now to a dream life that you have in 5 years, but making sure that there's a bridge that you can build between the two so that your business supports it as well. So ask yourself, in order to have the freedom of income that I want and to live my dream life, what do I need to do? What steps do I need to take? What does my business need to look like now and in the future to get me to where I want to be? So thank you everyone for your positive comments. Thank you, Rohan. I appreciate that as well. Yeah, exactly, Britt. And making decisions quickly and getting implementation in place as well. Thank you, Edward. I appreciate that very, very much. Tim, I very much appreciate your kind words as well. Flash, thank you for tuning in and joining me. I appreciate everyone who is getting value from this and letting me know in the comments as well. So thank you for that very much. I do very, very much appreciate it. Thank you for everyone who is tuning in. So we have, let's see if we've got any questions coming through that I can answer that. That's everything that I wanted to cover on my notes today in terms of creating your dream life for your business. So thank you for tuning in for Wealth Wednesdays. I do very much appreciate it. This, of course, is my live streams Mondays to Thursdays at 11 AMs. On Mondays we cover mindset. Tuesday we do UK business updates. Wednesdays is Wealth Wednesdays. And Thursdays is strategic chats. Thursdays is my open Q&A session, which is completely led by the questions that you ask. So do please think of any business questions that you might have, and I will happily answer those as well on strategic chats tomorrow. So thank you for everyone who is tuning in. I do very, very much appreciate it. I appreciate all your kind words, and it's always great to see so many of you here throughout whichever platform you are watching on today. So let's have a look. Michael, thank you very much. I appreciate your kind words. That is lovely. Sam on YouTube is saying, I have recently implemented Profit First, and I struggle to understand if I'm putting enough funds away into my VAT account, because when I pay my first VAT bill, I will have enough funds in place because I continue to collect VAT for the next return. Yeah, okay. I ideally don't want to put the whole 20%. Is there any tips that you could give? Hope that makes sense. So for those of you who are watching and do not know what Profit First is, or do not know about Profit First is a book by Mike Malkowitz. I actually have the copy here. This is Profit First. I highly recommend every business owner read Profit First. It's a method of cash management that you can put in place in your business to basically make sure that there is money for you as take home, to make sure the business is profitable, and to make sure money is set aside for tax. If you want to read the book, it's available in all bookshops, of course. You can also get it on Audible. To audio listen to it, but I also have a PDF of it as well. So if you want to head to annetteandco.co.uk/PF book, you'll be able to get the PDF copy straight into your inbox as well. So the question that we had in from Sam is around VAT and Profit First. Now, VAT is actually not covered in the book. The book is actually written by an American author, and therefore VAT is not covered. What we do, Sam, with clients is we actually do get them to put the whole 20% into a separate VAT account. And then on a quarterly basis, we look and we say, okay, what is the balance in there that is kind of overpaid into the VAT account? So that's what we do, Sam, with clients, is we actually do say to put the 20% in. Now, if you didn't want to do that, another way that you could do that, the good thing, incidentally, Sam, by the way, of doing that, is that you basically can then use the extra and make strategic decisions about how you invest that in your business. So that's why we like doing it that way. But the other way to do it is to take 16.5% and do it that way. 16.5% being the highest flat rate VAT percentage that exists, and therefore no business should ever have to pay actually more than 16.5% of their revenue in VAT, because if you did, you should be on the flat rate. So taking that as a proxy can be a good idea as well. So if you wanted to do it that way, that's another option for you, Sam. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the comments if you need any more clarification on that, but I hope that makes sense as well, Sam. So thank you everyone who is tuning in. Thank you for joining me. I hope that this session has been useful for you. I am back again, as I say, tomorrow at 11 a.m. UK on all platforms we are currently on just now. So I hope that you can join me then. Pop it in your diaries and join me for another AMs with Annette. Tomorrow it is our strategic chats session, so I have nothing pre-prepared at all for that. It's completely open Q&A tomorrow to ask me anything about your business or indeed about my business. Like Sam, you can ask me anything on Profit First as well if you are implementing that system in your business. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me, Sam. I am glad that makes sense. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I know your day is incredibly precious and your time is incredibly precious, so I appreciate you spending some of it with me today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Take care, everyone, and I will see you very, very soon. Take care.